exposure risk in the future trading. Please try to practice as long as needed on a sim before you go live. All our videos are for educational purposes only, and we are sharing our signals, and you're very welcome to follow our signals for free, and it is just for educational purpose only. Uh, what we will do, we will be sharing some of those auto trades we are taking, and we follow the signals. For the ones don't know our system, this is the market analyzer. It comes with the three different automated trade, all of them the same entry. You have the entry price as an example on the ES 27.90.25, and the target was 27.94.75 across the bid from the target. Total profit is 27 ticks. And as you see right now, the market is very mixed between the YM and the NASDAQ. What you see on the market analyzer is based on one contract. And sometimes we take one or two contracts on the chart. This is just the price action. On the way, we will be showing some of the other automated trade we have. We cannot cover all the automated trades. We have a lot, but we will cover some of them, scalper, swing trading, and we share some of the time frame. But there is an institutional auto trade, there is a next generation auto trade, there is a reversal auto trade, there is a price action auto trade, there is an A scalper, B scalper, C scalper. So there is a lot of auto trades. We cannot cover everything in one time, but we will cover as much as we can on the way. To look at what's going on at the ES, we have a very strong momentum on the ES. And to look in general what's going on, if we look at the 3 minutes chart, the 3 minutes chart, it is okay chart. I mean, it's not a very huge high time frame, but it is very acceptable. We have an entry on the ES with the signal, or you can use it manually or automated, no optimization required. This one here, the entry was 27.92.50. As you see, we just hit the target on the 3 minutes, 27.97.30. If we look, because we are using in the room 1 minute, we have the target here is 27.94.75. This is based on a normal 1 minute, and this one here is a base on the 3 minutes. You can use the automated trade based on 1 minute, 2 minutes, or 3 minutes, whatever time frame you want. And on this one here, on the 3 minutes, we have beautiful entry, perfect target, and it was done. However, to just show those traders, the ones are a bit lost on the ES today, as you see, after we hit the target, this ES has not done anything. Then the automated trade has a trailing stop. Those trailing stop are based on the floor and fibs. And as you see right now, the floor and fibs landing is right on our zones. So there is a problem here at those numbers here, and they are very important keys in the ES. And if your ES um, if your I'm sorry, I have a lot of people talk to me when I get distracted. The problem right now on the ES, you do not have a short trade. The reason why you do not have a short trade, if you know how to reverse the market, is very fine, but you don't. The trend is not to the short side; it is a pullback re-entry. So this is cutting your equation in half, because this is not a short side anymore. We have hit the target, and we are based on the pullback re-entry. So the key at the moment on the ES, before we even consider taking a short, it is 27.90, and this is a minor support area, but it is at this area right now. It is a major support area, and followed by another major support area is 27.98. So this is very, I'm sorry, 89. So this is a really strong hold on the ES. So before you take or decide to take a short, even if you are taking a short size in here, you need to be considering taking closing position at 90.25. 90.25, it is a close position, pullback, re-entry long. It's not a short. So if you are in a short right now, for whatever system you have, is very fine. But then you have to know where is your destination. It's 90.25, and then a close position, open a long position to this area here. It is very important, folks. We will be covering some of those automated trade, but let me go ahead and cover at least. I normally cover the 1 minute because the 1 minute says it all. When you have a 1 minute working on an auto trade, that's mean it's working on every time frame. If you do not have the minutes working, then you're just wasting your time, with all those other time frames. So on the ES, we have started the ES at 8 o'clock. The first trade was taken at 8:06 precisely, and then we exit on the first trade, and then we have took short, and it was two trade done over with 550. This one here, it is based on a market order. You might gonna be facing one ticket slippage, but it is a huge. The trend does not require any optimization, so it does not require a trailing stop. And so this one here, we are done with that trade. Uh, the scalpers, the swing trading does not require any optimization at all. So this one, all of them turn on, turn off basis. Okay. So let's go back and examine the ES, where we are at the ES. There is no short on the ES, and we'll try to find you. Okay, actually, we have a new signal on the YM. I will not. I will not take. Okay, this is the auto trade. Took the short trade in here, and your target is. You can use a full automated trade. The full automated trade, put the target at the target, and then the trailing stop. You can use the floor and fibs, or they land like this on the automated trade if you are using two contract 4 or 6. If you are using the fully automated trade, this is how it will land. But I prefer to use an ATM. The reason that I can control my ATM and let the system take take the entry, and I like to um control the targets and the trailing stop. But you can do it on a very full automated trade. And then if you want to follow, this is a very good place. You can put, if you want to trade the NASDAQ, the problem with the NASDAQ, let me explain to you, they are extremely accurate. We have an entry on the NASDAQ at 72.40, 14.50. The problem with the NASDAQ, as you see, is coming exactly to our zone right there. So it's just struggling breaking out those area here. And there is a lot of chops in the market. So if we wanted to take a long, it has to be a limited order above the 72.15. But leave it alone for now to see. The market has no direction at the moment. So let's wait and see how this market gonna. It is a really struggling market right now. The ES has done a beautiful run this morning, but the Nasdaq and YM has been struggling from around 9 o'clock. So we will see if this one here gonna be, as you see right there, there is a sell entry on the YM. What I'm concerned about, if you notice on the YM, we have a double support line, and this is what I'm concerned about. And one of the things, one of the advantage you can see when the market is not in sequence. How what I mean by that, if we notice on the market analyzer, which even if you claim yourself you are an auto trader and this is not your problem, it will become your problem before you start any kind of auto trade, whether it's from us or somebody else. When the market is not in sequence, you're gonna get in trouble with auto trading. As you see right here, let me explain to you, is a very, very simple and it does not require a brilliant trader to see. They are not synchronizing. As you see, look, the YM is struggling at that area here. If we look at the ES, it is the direction long, and we have not got confirmed to the short side. And the Nasdaq has a buy signal, and it is a struggling market. And then the YM have a sell signal. So I'm not interested in this YM sell signal. And look what happened on the double support. What happened on the double support, the market got projected. And the reason is because the ES has not give in to the short side, which right in line this YM, this entry signal fell exactly. So, and then another things you can see, the 30-year Treasury bond, which it never fell. When you see you have a buy signal on the 30-year Treasury bond and in the same direction of the ES, this is a very loud and clear. You're gonna have a problem today in the market. It is extremely loud and clear. There is no indicator out there. It's gonna tell you there is a volatility or the market is not in sequence or it's not gonna be running smooth by just simple look for 1 minute. When we see the ES going in the same direction as the 30-year Treasury bond, you have a problem because one of them is wrong because they're supposed to be going on the opposite direction, and this is not an opposite direction. They are going in the same direction, the same trend, indicating that this business right now, this market, you have to approach this market extremely carefully. And if you are a guy with auto trading, you say this is not my problem, believe me, it is your problem because your auto trade, it might take a couple of trades, doesn't matter where this auto trade coming from. There is a good potential for that auto trade lose a couple of trades before this market get in sequence. So right now, this market is not in direction, and doesn't matter what auto trade you are using on any kind of instruments right now, whether it's an ES, YM, and then Nasdaq, you're not going to be make it. Probably you will go ahead and flip a little scalping and here and there. But as you see right now on the scalping, I got the CL running, and the no, I'm sorry, this is the new auto trade, and the DAX is running, but on the let me see what is the ES at the moment. The ES is a struggling market based on the full range. It is a very struggling market because the ES, Nasdaq, and YM has no direction. So when on the days like this, it takes you 5 minutes to look at this market before you start diving into trouble. We have a buying signal on the CL. Let's just stay away we have a buying signal on the CL 57 39. And if you want to follow this one, please try to be on a sim. You're going to be in the clear all the way to the 57 52. And then you got to consider yourself if you wanted to take out from that area, because we have in the clear all the way to the 57.51. There is a probably possibility on the CL to be projected if we are able to break that double resistance here. Those are your less than $1 a day zone. Then we have a good potential to hit the target at 57.64. It's very nice, clean, and it is going on that direction. But for the ES right now, uh, the ES has already hit the target, and is sitting, it's not doing anything, and the YM is going to change direction. And the problem is the Nasdaq is not getting anywhere above those resistance lines, which this is giving us headache, and that it is immediately you can see where it is a smoother ride when we see problem in the ES and YM and Nasdaq. Sometimes they are all three struggling market. As you see from the market analyzer, we have the ES has already hit the target, and the Nasdaq YM cannot find any direction. This means there is trouble, and there is nothing you can do, folks. Nothing. You have to sit on the side. You have to understand when to take a trade, when not to take a trade, and when it is a very um, serious business, trading. And if you cannot read those, then you are in deep trouble. You are in deep trouble, and it's gonna bring a lot of frustration, and you start blaming everyone. The reality is right there in front of you. At the moment, it's a struggling market, and the best way to sit on the side, and there is nothing to be ashamed of, to be sitting on the side than to lose money. The only trade I can see is a 57.41 entry long on the ES. That is the only trade I can see at the moment. The market got caught in those channels, and um, for there is nothing we can do at the moment. We have to sit on the side. This is a one a big mess. So let's see if this Nasdaq able to break those area here. And if we have the sellers, then it could be changing the whole momentum on this market. Let's look and wait a few more minutes before we make a decision, or wait on the new signal with the ES and Nasdaq and Dow Jones. So be careful, guys. Wait a few minutes, and then we'll pick up the new signal to the short side. Okay. For the CLO trade, as we said, we have an entry at 41 level, and your first target is 57.51. This is exactly where this market is going to project. That's why I like the ATM better than the, look at this. And then if this market to break that area here, then we are good on a very nice breakout. So watch this market. There is a lot of buyers on the CL. And look where the CL is going to struggle at 57.52. So if you are still on that trade, you need, it's not my job, you need, and I hope you are on a sim, you need to exit at 57.52, or If you have two, you take out one here and you leave one as a runner. And as you see, the struggling area is right there. Your magic number is right there, 57, 52. Let's go back. We don't want the Nasdaq and the YM sneak on us. And as you see right now, it is a flat market, and there is nothing to trade actually on the Nasdaq and the YM. There is nothing. So we're gonna stick with the market is moving, and hopefully we will not leave empty-handed today. A really struggling market. Let me show you on the 3 minutes chart, ES, nothing happening. After it's a very nice clear. We have another signal here, another indicator. We have our symmetry here, reversal. Give us the warning, and this is really something for reversals. Those two yellow lines, the market always turn around from those two yellow lines. It is not oversold, overbought indicators. It is levels. And doing all this process live every single day, we have seen those yellow lines that never fell. So uh, they always come in between those two yellow lines. This means this is a turnaround. There is no more short trade. Or you can direct your auto trade to take a long trade or a short trade as you like on any auto trade. I lost it. On any auto trade, you have buttons on the top. You can direct your your trade long or short only, and this is where you start. Uh, you can direct them if you want to, but most of the guys with an auto trade don't like to touch anything. I can understand that, but this is also we have an auto trade based on the symmetry. This is one entry right there, and then this is exit, re-entry right here, and then there is an exit here. You see your A, B, C's is right there, followed by a reversal, pull back, hitting the target. It is very clean and very powerful chart, and it is you are dependent on the keys. You're not dependent on indicators. The keys in the market. It is the most important in the future trading, not your indicator. So right now, let's go back on the ES. Right now, the struggling point is 50, CL. I apologize. 57.52. It is your key uh, on that CL. Once we break those two levels, then there is a huge potential for the CL to have a beautiful trend out market. So uh, trouble, trouble, trouble all the way. And I wish that CL can go, the ES can go down, so we will have a short direction. But at the moment, we do not have short direction. What we have is trouble. The market is totally stuck between those channels and it's not getting anywhere. The YM getting stuck on your double support line here, and the Nasdaq cannot get up from those level here either. This was the previous resistance line, so this is really problems, and the ES is extremely strong. After it hit the target, has not moved. I strongly recommend to stay a few minutes away from the market, and I'm gonna be quiet for a few minutes. Let's find a direction. Let's find a direction before you start losing money. At the moment, when you are looking at this market here, There is no money to be making. Whether, and don't think yourself you're covered yourself because you have an auto trade. Even in auto trades are struggling at the moment. There is very few auto trades. They will be running in this uh, volatility when you are using uh, uh, when you are using a bigger time frame, then um, you can get it. But this is your B scalper. It's already hit 675, and this one here. Um, this is based on the full range. And right now, the winners are the scalpers, not the swing trading. The swing trading are struggling today. So, because there is not much room to take a trade. So, right now, I strongly advise you to, before you start getting into trouble, let's wait on a direction in the market, and then we will be waiting on it, and we will be catching it. We it's not we're not gonna be we are not gonna be missing any trades in here. But this is a trouble market, folks. This is a really trouble market right now, and I strongly advise you to sit on the side for a few minutes, and I'm gonna be quiet for a few minutes. And when we find a direction, I will be right on top of it, and I will be telling you what's going on. I'm not going to leave it. Look at this, guys. As expected, for the ones who has followed us on that trade, it was a back and forth and back and forth, but you nailed 200 on that trade. And this is exactly where we told you the CL is going to have a problem. And this is exactly where we're having a problem right now. It's exactly down to the tick where we're having a problem. It is followed by double resistance. Those are your zone. Those are less than $1 a day. You can find them on our web. But this is a really is you can see the accuracy when you are taking a trade, and you want to maximize your profit when you are when you know where is your profit on that trade. You will not be blind. You will not be shooting a blind and knowing if you need to close position or keep position open or start unloading. If you are a big guy, and you can start unloading your trades, whether you are taking two or three or four, this is a place when you need to start unloading and maybe leave one or two as a runners. If you are using the automated to trade, this is not going to happen like the way I am using the ATM. They all have the same entry, but the fully automated to trade is going to be locked in onto trailing stops. Those are your floor and fibs, and your two target is going to be right on top of each other. When you are using the fully automated, they will be right on top of each other, and it's not going to let it go. So this is really amazing when you are using the fully automated, but you cannot override it. You have to disarm the fully automated, and then you can take over. That's very fine. But what I like the ATM, because I can say, well, maybe we're gonna have some luck today, and instead of walking away with a $200-300, I can always trying to count on, maybe if we have a good runner, could be $1,000 trade. I don't know, but I'll keep my eye on it, and I do not react on an indicator. I react on keys, levels. Where is my levels? Where it is going to be most likely is going to project. We have predict that 15 minutes ago, where most likely this market is going to be projecting, and is going back at the moment, because this line here at 57.33. So the probability is we're gonna have another re-entry point at 57.37. So this is not a short trade. This is where an area you need to take a profit, half of it, and then if this market start going up, we are for it. We're ready. So this is how you need to be a little bit aware of your situation and where you are in that trade. And if you don't, 2019, it is a place is going to be filtering a lot of traders. Sadly, it is no longer mistakes can be forgiven. If it's like if some of you have been in the airlines, like if you take the Harrier, it was a very unforgiving airplane, and here it is very unforgiving market. Mistakes has to be paid immediately. So in 2019, folks, you cannot go around and start a wave with one auto trade and take the whole market. Is no longer exist. So uh, um, you have to have a scalping. You have to have swing trading. When the market is trending, this is your best day to start swinging. When the market is struggling, you need to scalp. We have a scalper for overnight. We have a scalper for your market when before the market's open, but you cannot. This is an entry at and the Nasdaq at limited order, 1475 limited order, folks. Buy limited order, uh, limited order on the Nasdaq, and it seems like we are about to have a different trade on the YM. We're gonna have finally the YM. Seems like it's gonna give us a new signal. This is an entry, limited order, 15. And this is it, folks. This is it. Whoever took that trade took it. That's it. Now there is a direction. Um, it's gonna drive you crazy, like what happened with the CL is going back and forth. Look at this baby. Whoever took that trade and listen to me, you see. So this is for less than $1 a day. You can maximize your profit and take over, even if you are auto trading. You say this is not my problem, okay? And there we go. So this is by being aware what's going on. You nailed 200 by not knowing you lost 200 profit. Welcome to trading, folks. And whoever took that trade on the Nasdaq right now, you are in the clear all the way. You are in the clear, folks. Whoever followed us on the Nasdaq, you are in the clear. The first problem we have, it is 70 24.25. I'm okay on one trade. We nailed you $150. There is a double resistance here, so your maximized profit on that is 7224, folks. 7224, and the Nasdaq is gonna slam. The Nasdaq is going to slam. So be careful with that area, folks. And as we expected on the CL, if you notice, or if you go back, we said it's going to go back to this buying area, 57.37. And now the CL got caught between the heavy resistance and the entry level. So the CL right now struggling as expected. Welcome to trading. But we predicted that half an hour ago. I took those trade and I told you to maximize your profit to the tick, and it is deliver your Nasdaq trade to the tick for less than $1 a day. For less than $1 a day, that is gonna make a difference where to exit, whether you are auto trading or you are a manual trade. You know, so this is really amazing, uh, and The CL, don't let it spook you, for folks. The CL is going to be, don't re-enter right now, but I'm predicting it. I'm expecting the CL to be holding at this entry level. This entry level is not just a normal entry level. This is a lot of calculation in there. I'm not going to go through that, all this banana. But right now, we are expecting a re-entry point. This is not a short CL, folks. This is a re-entry at 57, 37. And we have delivered the NASDAQ. Whoever followed us on this NASDAQ today, we gave you the entry and we told you exactly where this market is going to project. And there is, if you are on that trade, you can take it. If you are on two contract, if this NASDAQ now trying to climb back to this area here, trying to retest it, if we have a breakout on that area, there is a good potential to go all the way to the 235.25. So this is extremely okay. I'm sorry, we missed a signal. We have an entry on the YM, and I apologize. I was busy with the others. Folks, I'm sorry, but it is very hard. It's right there. Market order or limited order, 688 limited order if you want to, or market order on the YM should do the trick. As you see right now, the NASDAQ is trying to break those area here. If we are breaking those area, your target is not going to hit the 35.25, folks. There is a resistance here at 32.75. So don't get greedy. If you are still on that trade, please consider the 32 level, and then we can exit at 32 and get it over with. As you see here, the NASDAQ, folks, we have the entry, we give you the entry, and we are aware of that situation here. Is a bit struggling from the 702. You know, once you start seeing those lines, for an amateur trader, what he sees nothing but lines. But for professional traders, those means dollar sign. And as you see right now, there is a struggling on that line right there, right in front of you at 702. So because this market is a trending and we are breaking new levels, so I'm not concerned about the YM anymore because it's going to follow. If we look at the little bit bigger chart, the ES is extremely strong, as we said from the beginning, and this is the 3 minutes chart and has broke all those levels on the ES. This means we have a very strong momentum to the upside, and now that the market has decided direction. Now, if we are looking at the, and as you see right now, whoever followed us on this trade with the NASDAQ, he is a happy man. He nailed $300 on that. As we see on the market analyzer, gentlemen, we still have, I don't like the 30-year treasury bond, still in the same direction of the ES, but I can see this market is going right, a matter of probably not very long. We still have a bit struggle, but anyway, the YM and the NASDAQ and the ES, they are going in the same direction. And this means this is not a happy ending in heaven. As you see right now, the NASDAQ has broke all those levels, and this is not a repaint. You need some decent money on this NASDAQ. As you see right now, you have a two reversal. The two reversal, those are not repaint or reversal. Those reversal with a double resistance line here is, it is I've been saying I need to cover the reversal, and we never really have time. But this is a close, open position to the other direction. But if you don't know how to trade reversal, I don't want you to trade reversal because it can bite. It is the most profitable trade in reversal. But if you are not aware of your situation and you start taking reversal, you can get in a lot of trouble. So reversal require a little more training. I'm not sure I want to start calling reversals for you, but eventually I will do something about it. At the moment, now this market is settled where we called it at 2700. This is where I have said you need to close position on NASDAQ. So right now, here is the cat and the mouse dog fight. Uh, we we are on the 3 minutes. We have the entry target, and we got a little bit above the target. It's very fine, and we are facing a resistance line at 801.25, and that it is um, struggling area. We need to go back to confirm a few numbers, and then we decide. Now the market has to be reconfirming those numbers, and now it is down the hill again, and now we are sitting, holding to see if this Nasdaq, this ES, is what the ES is going to do. We have got to the last level, 81. So this is right now 80125. And if this bar gonna close to the downside, that's mean we have a good potential for um, um, there we go. It seems like we are about to go much higher. That's very good. This is a very good indication that there could be a possibility for the Nasdaq to start climbing again, and your YM trade is gonna survive on that trade. If you um, the CL trade, the CL is look, it's exactly what we have said, folks. It's exactly where we have said as a re-entry point. As you noticed for the last hour and last week and last month, we are extremely accurate, 8 out of 10. We cannot get 100 out of 100, but there is some people pay millions of dollars to predict the market, and we are predicting the markets minutes ahead of time. Once you are ahead of time, then you are good. Once you know where is this limitation for that Nasdaq today or ES, or what's going on, you are ahead of any trader. You know when you are taking a trade, you know your limitation on that trade, and then you can, it is the best signal in the house, is telling you we are struggling here. This is where you can maximize your profit. This is where for this guy right now, poor guy is just closing his eyes and auto trading. By now, he is taking probably long trade, and it does not exist anymore, long trades. As you see here in the Nasdaq, is the same story. Between those two yellow lines, that's mean there is no more valid long trade, and in this area here, there is no more valid short trade. And as you see in and out every single day, once we get into those zones, this is where if you decide to take a long trade here, your chances by winning that trade is 2 out of 10. It's an extreme high risk trading to go long right now. If somebody is short in a blind, yes, he might gonna get 10 ticks, 8 ticks. Could be one of those days getting 20 ticks, but when he's trying to repeat the same story later on today or tomorrow, he's gonna be whacked. And he don't understand because he just shoot in the blind, and he nailed a few takes. He thinks now it is working. No, uh, uh, he got lucky with a few takes, but does not mean he's gonna get lucky every time. So right now, this is the market limitation on the Nasdaq is right in front of you, folks, right in front of you. So the ES, there is a lot of potential on the ES. I'm expecting today the ES to go to the 81 level for an ES, 81 level on the ES. I'm expecting it. So this is really just a second. We need to put an order here. So this is around $300 on that trade. One more time, if we notice, folks, the ES, the CL, I apologize. When we called the trade, we told you we're going to be, this is your limitation on that trade. And then the market pulled back exactly where we said as a re-entry point. You can go back to the video, confirm every word I say. Then the market hit one more time, and now we have a struggling market between this level, 57.52, and that level, 57.37. And the only time you're going to exit out of those trades is when those market mover decide which direction they want to take the market, and you better be ready because you have no inventory to move this market. So this is the story on the CL. Is finished, is over. If you are still in a trade on the CL, close your position, please. On the NASDAQ, it is over, folks. It can go one more bar. It can close one more bar, can go, but this is noises here. It's finished. Actually, this is a place where you need to start putting close position and put a short position in this area of that NASDAQ. Folks, we are extremely busy today. I apologize. I cannot be any longer today on a live. We have tons of work. And so today I'm going to be cutting it short. And I hope you got followed us on the CL and NASDAQ today. We didn't make you leave empty. And we will be seeing you tomorrow. I want to say God bless you all and see you. Hopefully, if we are not busy, I will be going live again tomorrow. God bless you all. Be careful, please, and see you tomorrow if we have a free time. Thank you.